Hello everyone, this is Douglas from Other Than Intended Purpose. Jack's behind the camera. And today I have something that I personally feel very, very lucky to have. There's a brand new knife company on the scene. It's Ocaso. And I was gifted one of their knives. And I repackaged it so you could see how it comes. I've actually been using this here in the cave, and I've carried it a little bit for a little over a week now, because I don't like presenting something, oh, this is fresh out of the box, so here I'm going to say how good it is. I want to know how something feels before I talk about it. But this is the Ocaso Strategy, and it's kind of an interesting, it's a little triangular pouch. It's got some information on the side. You open it up, it's a trifold. Has this really nice little pouch, which I've actually been keeping it in, which is why it's all dusty, is because it's been sitting on my desk in the pouch so that the knife itself isn't getting dusty. And what we have here is a very, very nicely machined aluminum scale flipper with a beautiful clip point blade. This is, like I said, this is the Ocaso Strategy. It is Bowler K110 steel, liner lock. It has aluminum scales. They're a little bit on the slick side, but not terrible. It is aluminum, so you get a little bit of a grip with the warmth of your hand on it. It is a flipper. Oops, I just failed that. That's weird. It has a really nice smooth action. That's the first time I have failed that ever. It has a really nice smooth action. Just a little bit of a flick drops it down. It is a 3.5 inch blade. It weighs 3.7 ounces. It has a really, really nice reversible deep carry pocket clip. I got one of my Kaiser rolls here. Let me get the other ones out because they're not part of this. We're not talking about you today. This is a very deep carry. The only thing you are going to see when that's in your pocket, the only thing that's showing is the clip. And it's not an aggressive looking clip. It's black. If you're wearing jeans, that's what it will look like right there. The interesting thing about this clip is that it wraps around the top and it is milled into the surface of the scales. The screws on it are almost flush. You can feel them when you run your finger across them, but you don't really see them very much. But what that gives you is a nice, clean, very deep carry. And if you look under the clip, it is milled here and drilled so that you can reverse it. So this is a really nice knife if you're left-handed. You will have to reach across. I'm not left-handed, so you will have to, close it by reaching across a little bit. But get your thumb out of the way because it will drop down on you. The reason it drops down that nice is because it has caged steel ball bearings. Really, really smooth action. And also, the pivot on this is really cool. I believe all of these screws are T8s. I forgot to check that. I can check that here. Using the highly scientific measuring device. Only 3 of these exist in my county because they're so scientifically advanced. Got it on the first try. They are T6s. So we have T6 body screws and That is a T8 pivot. I betcha. That is a T8. Yes, it's a T8 pivot. But the backside of the pivot is square. Jack, you want to take that up there? And it has the Ocaso logo engraved into the pivot. The O bulb is right beside you.
Focus.
Shout out to the high quality professional studio lighting system being provided by a shop light and my daylight lamp the VA gave me because I don't go outside often enough.
There you go. It focused. And the studio quality camera of... What is this?
That thing is old, but it works. It's the best one I've got, so it works. Don't worry about it, Jack.
It's a Canon HD.
So Ocaso it's a small company. They just started up, I believe it was this year. It was either the end of last year or early this year. And so far, they have 4 knives in their offering, and they also have a knife case that will hold 4 knives. And when I got this knife, I also got this catalog that came with it. And these are not in any way going to be cheap disposable knives. These are very high quality knives. They're very well made. And they come with the price tag that comes with being a high quality, well made knife. At the time of filming this, right before we started this, I went on to YouTube and I searched for Ocaso Strategy. And there were only 2 videos on it. Now there are several other videos for Ocaso in general, but there was only 2 other videos for the strategy. I spent, like I said, the last week futzing with this knife. Every time I needed a blade in the cave, and for the several days that I went somewhere, well, 2 days that I left the house, I did take it with me, and it was what I pulled out. I was very, very impressed with everything this knife did. I had a piece of paper here specifically to show you how sharp this is, even after a week of using it, but I can't find it, and so I'm going... This is the first time I've tried this with this knife, so I may just cut it in half because, well, stuff happens. But...
Want to swap with you?
Yeah.
Be back in a second.
Okay, we're back. Choo Choo is going to supervise me because, well, he's wise. I'm just a wise ass. But... Oops. I went too far. But this is not only razor freaking sharp, but it is just slicey as hell. Ooh, this is actually turning out to be a really good one. I like this one. The only thing I have done to the... well, we're going to call that good and just stop right there. You'll know this is the original one when I do the picture to show because it's... I almost cut through it. I came real close. Okay, the only thing I have done to this blade since I've gotten it is I have run it across my strop a couple of times just because I've been cutting paper with it, I've been cutting cardboard with it. I broke down a box.
Take care of your knife and it'll take care of you.
I cut up a sausage with it the other day ago. Because, well, sausage, I mean, come on now. Switch back to the other view. Okay. Was going to go back to the other view, and then we remembered that we still need to show you some comparisons, because I can say all day long this is a 3.5-inch blade, that I've got extra large hands, and it actually gives me a full 4-finger grip. I can say all that stuff all day long. But seeing other knives next to it gives you a better, especially if it's a knife you've seen or held, gives you a better understanding of what you're looking at. Now, anytime I start talking about other knives, I'm going to look at my Kaisers. And the Kaiser that I have that is closest to this is the Begleiter 2. And you can see that pivot to pivot, the blades are almost exactly the same. The Ocaso is 3.5. The Begleiter 2 is 3.48. One of the few button locks I have. And here we are going with exactly 3.5 also. So pivot to pivot, you can see the blades are the same. Actually, all three of these have about the exact same amount of handle. The Kaiser has a little bit of a hook down here at the bottom, and the Ocaso has a little bit better ergonomic grooving for your fingers, but their handles are all about exactly equal. Something that looks and feels bigger but actually isn't, at 3.53 inch blade, so we're going pivot to pivot there. You can see you've got almost exactly the same handle, just a hair more on the blade, is the CJRB 1904. That is not the 1904, is it? Yes, it is. That is the 1904. I don't know why, for some reason I thought I had a different knife, but it is Dane Bramage. It's not just for lunch anymore. And the last one I'm going to show you for comparison is a little bit smaller. It's a 3.46 Citivane. There we go.
Words are hard sometimes.
Especially when your brain and your mouth are in different counties. ST103. Again, they pivot to pivot. All of these have about the exact same amount of handle. So if you've held any of these, you're looking at that much length in your handle. As for the height and thickness, the Sencut is the closest. The CJRB is just a hair thicker, and it's quite a bit taller. And I just knocked my toothpick over. Hold on to my dang choo-choo. Hold on to my toothpick. Okay. So these give you an idea of the ergonomic, or not the ergonomics, the length, height, thickness of the handles. So you'll but I'm rambling now, so I'm going to stop that, and we're going to go back to the other camera position. While I put these away, Jack is going to pause the video now. So, trying not to ramble too much in this video, because I am guilty of that from time to time. Ocaso is, like I said, a new company, and what the motto that it says on the
Flyer.
The collection thing that I got, and it says this is the 2023 collection. Like I said, this is a brand new company. It says elevated everyday carry. It's not looking to be the new budget blade on the market. It's not trying to compete with the $49, $59 market. This particular one, the Strategy has several versions that you can get. This one is the aluminum scales, black coated. It's $174.99. It also comes with a carbon fiber scales in the $159.99. black G10 for $149.99, jade G10 $159.99, and a satin coated instead of the black coated blade in the jade G10 is $149.99. Some of their other knives are substantially more. They do have one that is less, that's in the $80 to $100 range depending on the options. Their most expensive one is the Damascus Solstice, which is it's $400. So in the description in the bottom, I'm going to give a link to their website. This is it's a new company trying to make things for our community that has some class and some usability, and so give them a look. This is not sponsored. This is just, I mean, I did get this knife as a gift, but it's not sponsored by the company. It's just,
hey, check us out.
Check us out. Well, no, it's just the person that sent it to me wanted me to see it.
Check this knife out.
Yeah. One thing that a lot of people do is cut paracord. So this is 2 pieces of paracord. I am putting just 2 fingers, a finger and a thumb. Oops, it got hooked on the Ocaso. Finger and a thumb. Whoa, slipped out. Half a finger and a thumb. No. And it's just effortless to cut through it. It's even more effortless if you're paying attention to what you're doing. So, you're not going to get that here. Trying to do cuts. This is straight out here. Jack, show that cut. But just pushing in. I mean, this is so slicey. The blade is very thin, not flimsy thin, just thin. Got a really nice flat grind on it. It is just so slicey. Did you show it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope that you enjoyed this first look at these. This is the first time I have had one of these, but well, they're new. Very few people have had these in their hands so far. Go to their website. It's going to be down in the description. Remember, do something kind for someone. Does not have to be expensive. Doesn't have to be time consuming. A nice word. Help them with a package. Hold a door. Holding a door and saying have a nice day just might be the thing that tips over and gives them that better day. Remember, keep choo-choo in your heart. Jason, we still miss you. Be up. Go out in the woods. Have fun. Remember, the best equipment in the world doesn't do you any good unless you practice with it and know how to use it. Be safe. Good night.